With most people struggling with their finances, it has never been more important to take control of our money and build a better financial future. Everyone can reap the rewards when they're in stronger financial position. Let us talk about one way to do it: investment. Hi everyone and welcome to Upthink. Here at Upthink, we teach the best tips and tricks you can use in your everyday life. So if that interests you, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for us. So today we will learn how to better direct our finances through investment. Picture this. With the average American bank's balance standing at just over $5,300, which is just one emergency away from total exhaustion, it is safe to say that many individuals' financial situations are less than ideal. But the average American credit card balance amounts to $5,300 as well. With an average credit card balance of $5,300, paying the bare minimum may seem manageable. However, it could take 3 long years to pay off and end up costing you a whopping extra $1,400 in interest. And lastly, there have been key findings of the median income being about $36,000 for an average American. This income may be enough to cover expenses and other minimum payments, but it is not exactly the height of financial abundance you could achieve. So how can we achieve that? By simply fitting perfectly into an existing framework? No. True prosperity can come from setting yourself apart. Investing can sometimes seem intimidating and out of reach for many. Some may be apprehensive about risking their hard-earned money, while others find navigating the stock market simply overwhelming by not having enough funds saved up, both reasons of which make investing unattainable for many. Fortunately, 2020 has been an extraordinary year for investing, with a massive surge of newbies excited to start. However, many of these investors are not doing it the right way. Why not be smart investors and make sure we're building our wealth in sustainable ways? While many investors are chasing quick returns, we're looking beyond the surface and focusing on the matter that not many are investing enough cash to achieve the financial abundance they desire. Are you enjoying this topic so far? If you are, leave us a like and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear them. Now moving on. Many financial planners suggest investing 10 to 15% of monthly after-tax income to ensure a secure future. For someone making the median annual salary of roughly $36,000 post-taxes, this would amount to about $375 per month for 40 years at a 7% rate of return. This could lead them to amass impressive savings of over $1 million. Earning $1 million in your lifetime certainly sounds appealing, but it can be difficult to stay on that path. We will explore the issue and discuss how you can successfully reach this goal with good investing. If you regularly invest for 40 years, then it feels great to picture your future capital when computing your compound interest. But there is a constant problem that blocks your way of achieving the financial status you want: inflation. Gross returns mainly catch your eye when computing for compound interest, but when inflation comes into play, the results become mediocre. Let me give you an example of what we mean by mediocre results. Say we invest $375 per month in a lifetime of 40 years. Approximately, we could reach $1 million in our financial status. But when adding in inflation, that $1 million is much less in 40 years compared to its worth now. If we put the inflation rate at, say, 2.5% for our example, 40 years from now, what you would end up with would roughly be about $370,000 only. While it is a large amount, it is not the $1 million we have been hoping for. So how do we get to that state? To get that million's worth of capital in 40 years, we would have to accumulate about $2.7 million along the timeline if we consider the 2.5 inflation interest rate. Yes, we can agree it is a painfully tremendous amount of money to invest. Unfortunately, many are often given poor financial advice that prevents them from reaching their desired savings goals. Some may never even dream so big as to put out $2.7 million. So for the average person, it is not enough to save and invest just 10 or 15% of their income. To reach this $2.7 million, at least $1,000 per month should be invested. You should have a yearly income or so of $150,000 to invest 10% of your after-tax earnings. Although we have all the potential to make a fortune, most will never get there. For those earning average incomes, taking traditional advice in investing 10 to 15% of their income will not be enough. It is time for a much bolder move, to aim for an investment of at least 40% each month. Yes, it may sound daunting at first, but with some solid financial planning, this is one surefire way to boost your wealth significantly over time. Saving and investing just 40% of your income can lead to impressive wealth creation. For example, if you take the after-taxes salary amount of $30,000 per year, that leaves about $2,500 each month for savings or investing purposes. Now put those towards assets with an average 7% return over 40 years, and you will have amassed $2.7 million. Keep that number in mind because that is how you will be investing to become a millionaire in the next 4 decades. So, you do not need a large income to be well off. As we mentioned earlier, do not just fit into an existing framework, but rather set yourself apart to achieve true prosperity. Be bold. Now that we have discussed the problem of inflation and how we can work around it, your road to financial abundance is looking clearer now. But there's one last thing. We need to focus on ourselves. You are what stands at the center of this investment plan, the purpose of the investment, the means to put this investment plan in motion, and the one who will see this through to the end is you. While you are a key figure in your road to wealthy abundance, you can also be a drawback to it. To elaborate on that, in everything we have discussed so far, this is all in consideration that we are investing in a steady manner. Investing requires dedication and consistency. It can be difficult to imagine doing one thing for 4 decades. In fact, many people have never had that sort of long-term commitment before. But by consistently putting money away, we will eventually realize our investment goals, no matter how intimidating they may seem now. We human beings can live our lives constantly doing our basic necessities like sleeping, eating, and maintaining our hygiene. But what about other things? Of course, we're talking about investment here. Can we discipline ourselves to keep that steady flow of funding? The outcome of our journey to wealth is also affected when our investment plan runs into an erratic pattern. Say you start off strong with regularly investing per month, but then you miss the day to invest for the first time until it happens again and again. And then you eventually fail to notice how big of a contribution you have missed from the inconsistencies. Again, you do not need a high income, but what you do need is the discipline to keep that steady flow of investment, some time, and enough patience. Now, we are only human, so it is natural for us to forget things every now and then, but to prevent this from happening, here is something you can do. Self-regulating your investing process is an easy way to ensure you won't miss a beat when it comes to contributing. Much like setting an alarm clock to wake up on time in the morning, you can set up reliable automated deposits from your bank account into funds pre-selected by yourself. Most brokerages have this service available at the click of a button. Get ahead and harness its advantages. With that, you can keep yourself in check to automatically invest while knowing how much to invest with inflation in mind. But here's the final question. Where should we invest? There are endless ways to invest your money for the future. When it comes down to it, though, no matter which assets you choose, real estate, cryptocurrency, stocks, or something else entirely, what is most important is that you know best where and how your funds will be used. If you're more familiar with real estate among the potential asset investments, then investing in real estate holds the potential for substantial returns. With knowledge and research, you can find properties that will grow steadily in value while also providing a steady stream of revenue. If you trust your intuition and understanding of the crypto market, investing in cryptocurrency is a smart way to make significant gains. Take advantage of opportunities before they become widely known and explore new coins that may represent critical indicators for future success. And for stocks, it can be an incredibly lucrative venture if you know how to find the right ones. With strategic investing, there exists a potential for growth tenfold over short periods of time, unlocking powerful wealth-building possibilities with relatively low risk. Becoming a savvy investor can pay off no matter what type of asset you focus on. Some look down on stocks and choose real estate because they believe it to be superior, but those with more experience investing in stocks tend to reap greater rewards than a newbie entering the world of property investment. This proves that knowledge is key when it comes to achieving financial gain. So it boils down to which asset you have the most knowledge or experience of. It is essential to feel confident and comfortable when allocating funds. Just stick with the assets that make sense for your situation and provide solid returns over time. So, will you stick with the status quo and do what everyone else is doing? Or will you approach this road differently and achieve true financial abundance? Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, as it encourages us to put out even greater content for you like this. Again, this has been Upthink, and we hope to see you again in our next video. Bye!